The term glass ceiling means the invisible barrier preventing women from ascending into elite leadership roles in, for example, business, politics, and sports. Shattering the glass ceiling is a talented and versatile member of the Milwaukee Bucks organization, blazing a trail in the NBA. Yukare Nakayama puts Sidney Dobner in our Sunday morning spotlight.
7, 8, 9, money ball.
For Sidney Dobner, basketball is her life.
3. I was one of those kids that used to walk around with a basketball.
An obsession that followed her since she was a young girl.
In high school, I literally brought a basketball with me to school.
So it's no surprise that she ended up here, working for the Bucks.
We couldn't function without Sid.
Coach Bud recognizing Sid's importance to the team.
Those of us that are in the NBA know how important that specific job is and how it's really kind of, it's almost like our heart.
He knows because he once held that same position.
You're the person that's kind of anticipating everything.
Sidney is the team's
head video coordinator.
a position that entails a lot.
Anything and everything, for the most part. But it comes down to video. So we code our game, so we're watching for everything possible. Who's bringing the ball out, who's guarding who, what plays are they running, what plays are good for us, what coverages are good for us. So my job is to look at more at us and how we're doing in the moment.
And Coach Bud knows what it takes to hold the position of head video coordinator. He's the man responsible for promoting Sidney to be the first female to hold that role, a decision that made history within the Bucks organization and possibly all of the NBA.
Well, I'm very happy for Sid. You know, she's earned it. I think, I'm sure lots of times we say it, I wish there were no glass ceilings or that this happened more often and this was common. But there has to be somebody like Sid that, you know, kind of blazes the trail. Not only is she the first woman, you know, to become on or be on part of our coaching staff, to be in the position she's in, I think she's the first person in the history of the NBA to be the head video coordinator.
A title shooting guard Pat Connaughton believes Sidney deserves.
It's awesome because of the courage it takes to be the first. And, you know, it speaks to her character very much so.
Hey!
With all this success, years of hard work and a lucky encounter got Sidney to be where she's at. Her journey with basketball starting in the 2nd grade.
Anything to do with basketball, I was obsessed with immediately.
She says if she didn't have a basketball in her hand, which she says was unusual, she'd have a tennis ball to dribble. Basketball on her mind 24/7.
It's a team sport. It's fun. It's a fast pace. I love being around people that also enjoy it, so it just made sense to me. It's not like tennis or, you know, golf and stuff like that. You are in it with your family. It's a family environment.
Sidney played basketball for most of her life. Her dream to play professionally, but with that big dream came lots of doubters.
I've always had the dream of playing professionally and was told a lot when I was growing up that it wasn't gonna be possible because I was too small or too skinny or whatever it might be. And people get told stuff all the time. You don't need to listen to it. But I just worked really hard at it. Was gonna prove that I could get a scholarship to play in college. I was gonna prove to everybody, to myself, to my parents, to any hater out there, I wanted to do this, so I was gonna do it.
And that she did, playing professionally overseas, when a chance encounter at a pro day set her on her way to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Come with some pace. I was just helping out, rebounding, passing, jumping into drills, doing whatever I needed to do. And, you know, once the workout was done, a couple guys from the Bucks organization walked over to me, pretty much beelined it straight to me and said, "Do you have any interest in working in the NBA?"
She's been with the organization for 5 seasons, having worked her way from the front desk to the top. Point guard George Hill says the sky is the limit for Sidney.
Anything's possible. You know, she's one of the trailblazers for this. To get to where she is now, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of sacrifices she's made, tough skin, but mentally she's one of the best I've been around, always positive. And I think for many years to go, she's going to be a big focal point in this NBA.
It's about being yourself. Be true to yourself. If you think you can do it, go do it. Go try and get it done. And, you know, you put in the work. You might have to put in more work, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen.
And for Sidney, it's not just about being the first. She wants to encourage and show girls with big dreams in the NBA that they can come true.
I think the more they see it, the more they know it's available, and the more people pursue their dreams.
I'm sure, you know, Sid's wanted to work within the NBA or be an NBA coach. And actually, you know, we got people in the front office, some of their kids, some of their daughters who I know well, who are now aspiring to be coaches within the NBA. And I think that's really cool to see the path she's blazing for that next generation of young female athletes or aspiring coaches.
A path paved with dedication, hard work, and belief in herself.
Voices from the outside don't matter as much as what you're telling yourself. So before you go to bed each night, it shouldn't be those voices you're hearing. It should be you telling yourself, no, I'm here for a reason.